King Charles and Prince William could face a major financial challenge, as new government energy efficiency rules may force them to upgrade hundreds of rental properties across their private estates. Under the planned rules, landlords will have to make sure their rental properties have an Energy Performance Certificate, or EPC, rating of at least C by 2030. Currently, the minimum requirement is an E rating. An EPC measures how energy efficient a property is, with A being the most efficient and G the least efficient. The rating also gives an indication of how expensive a property may be to heat. An investigation by The Guardian examined more than 700 domestic properties across the Duchy of Cornwall, the Duchy of Lancaster, and the Sandringham estate. It found that around 630 of them had ratings of D or lower, meaning they would not meet the proposed 2030 standard. The figures were particularly striking at Sandringham, where 99% of the properties examined were rated D or below. At the Duchy of Lancaster, more than 90% failed to reach a C rating, while around 80% of the Duchy of Cornwall properties examined were also below the proposed standard. If the sample is representative of the wider estates, more than 1,000 rental properties could require improvements. The cost could also be substantial. Each property could require up to £10,000 worth of work, potentially pushing the total bill beyond £10 million. Landlords who continue renting properties that do not meet the required standard could also face fines of up to £30,000 per property. The situation could be especially sensitive for Charles and William because both have regularly spoken about environmental issues and the importance of tackling climate change. King Charles inherited the Duchy of Lancaster and the Sandringham estate after the death of Queen Elizabeth II in 2022. Prince William became the head of the Duchy of Cornwall when his father became king. The Duchy of Cornwall appears to have a potential improvement bill of around £5 million if its wider property portfolio reflects the properties examined. The Duchy says it has already invested heavily in repairs and energy efficiency, including more than £11 million on home improvements since 2022. Meanwhile, the Duchy of Lancaster could face a bill of more than £2 million. It says it has invested over £3 million in residential repairs and upgrades during the past year and remains committed to improving energy efficiency. Sandringham could face another £3 million in potential improvements. The estate says it continues to invest in maintenance and energy efficiency, and that some properties are exempt from the current regulations. However, many of these royal properties are older rural buildings, which can be much harder and more expensive to upgrade. Some are also heated using oil, coal, or wood. The government says the new rules are intended to reduce energy bills and help hundreds of thousands of households escape fuel poverty. But with the 2030 deadline approaching, the royal estates could face growing pressure to prove that they are prepared to meet the same energy standards expected of other private landlords. For Charles and William, the issue could become particularly significant because their environmental reputations may come under scrutiny if large numbers of their rental homes remain below the new standard.